Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today we survived the crazy tropical storm that came through. Luckily, while I was napping and completely unaware that we were losing power and the windstorm had started, Laura came out and brought all these trees down, so I did not have any casualties. There would have been many because a couple of my apple trees and stuff were flipped over. There's tons of trees down all over Connecticut, power lines. It was really difficult to even get around this morning. I couldn't even get to the beach at the park to launch my paddle boards. But anyways, the trees are good, so I am going to prune up this bad boy today. This is a Crape Myrtle, a Kentucky Yellowwood, and then under here is a local either red or sugar maple. It's one of those. So it's an odd planting of three, but that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, y'all. So it was a beautiful day today. If you ever go over to my Instagram, there's a little video. I couldn't figure out how to download it and put it in this video, but there's a little 45-second shot of the crazy windstorm we were having. The tarp on the chicken coop was whipping around. Like my little 3-level greenhouses, they were going back and forth so crazy that I had to go and take a bunch of trees down even after Laura had handled the ones on the deck. It was pretty wild. And then this morning, yeah, I mean, the tree companies are gonna be busy today. Okay, so here we have this Crape Myrtle, and it's growing very unique. I have a few different plantings with Crape Myrtles, one specimen, and then a few in different groups. And they all have grown with a single trunk, where this one, it grew up almost like a burl on a redwood tree. And anytime I prune it, some more shoots keep coming out of that. So it's actually cool. I think that I'm going to keep it as if it was like a little bush in this planting. So I like having all of those branches, you know, starting off really low. So it'll create that effect of a bush. So I'm going to come down. I'll leave a couple of sets of leaves on each branch. Well, actually, this one doesn't have any leaves low, so I'll prune that way back, and hopefully we'll get some back budding and kind of create that sense that it's a nice full bush that will eventually flower. These are a flowering tree. I'm pretty sure the majority are pink from my days in the Carolinas, but there could be other colors for all I know. So all these were grown from seed. The majority of my trees were grown from seed all at the same time. Laura and I did, I think, 52 different species at one time. And that was in December of 2018. So we're going on, this is the second year. We're going on, let's see, 1 year and like 8 months now. I was having a discussion with one of my bonsai broskies, Ian, out in Belfast, Ireland. He has a great channel called Back Garden Bonsai. And we were talking about, you know, what we respect most about bonsais and what we like the best. And he was talking about how he loves like epically huge deciduous trees like Peter Chan's trident maples and things of that nature. And I was saying, you know, anybody who grew their trees from seed is what I respect. I like to see something develop all the way from the beginning, and that's not just because I did all my stuff from seed. I'm a control freak, so I wanted every bit of control from before the tree even sprouted on. You know, I do a couple of Yamadoris, but I don't have that many because when I see a tree that I appreciate in the wild, typically I want to leave it there. I don't like it when I see people who are new to bonsai going out and Yamadoring these 100-year-old junipers and then, you know, doing all this deadwood work and acting like, you know, they accomplished something. Well, really, all they did was dig up a tree that probably looked better out in the wild. So my preference is anything from seed, and it could be any variety, any species, and also I'm not a fan of wiring, so I really like directional pruning style and creative ways of getting some interesting trunks without using the use of wire. So if you care what I'm into, that would be it. So this Kentucky Yellowwood, I believe this gets some white flowers when it matures. So we'll have white, we'll have pink, and then hopefully this maple, it gets some change in its color depending on the season. I'd love to have some yellow, green, red phases. But if it just stays green, that's cool. It has a decently small leaf, which is nice. Some of the maples have such a large leaf, it's hard to develop them as bonsai early, in my opinion. So there's just a couple of little branches coming out of the crotch of another one. I'm going to pull that out. There we go. Last little nip. I think that looks good. Take that one out. Got two coming out the same way here. I'll take this one off. Okay, so that's two of the three. And this maple has a ton of leaves going on here. So from the first time I pruned it, there was a good 1.5 inches of dieback, so I'll cut that out. And then it's split into two, which is what you're looking for. So I'm just gonna put the tips over here, bring down the height a little bit. I think this maple was actually, it just kind of dropped itself in here and grew. And then I added the other two to it. I can't quite remember because I have so many trees. I don't know if you've been on my channel before, but there's plenty of different playlists and tons of different trees, mainly from seeds. You can see them from day one. And I'm not exactly an expert, but I say I'm working on my 3rd year of bonsai, so I would put myself as like a level 3. So I could probably help you out with some stuff if you're a beginner. And if you are experienced and you see that I'm doing something wrong at any time, I really appreciate the constructive help. I wouldn't call it criticism, help. Obviously, we're all learning, all students of this. So please, I love the comments. I love the camaraderie. I've really developed some good friendships through this channel. So I just helped a buddy out. He's in South London. He's actually a scuba instructor. Like, what is there a cooler job in the world than that? And he was growing some African baobab trees, which they're really rare and really difficult to grow. I'm assuming in Africa they're easier to grow, but from my experience, I germinated 125 seeds and I only have 4 baobab trees that are, going on their 2nd year old. So if that sheds some light on how difficult they are to grow, it's a fun challenge and it's going to be rewarding. They look cool, but definitely difficult. All right. This one has some nice branching going on already. I've got a nice little split here going out to the sides, and then I have a couple more branches, and then above that, the apex, I have a couple more. Removing more leaves than I probably should, but once you remove one of the larger ones, the older leaves, you gotta remove the rest or it looks stupid. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like that. All right, so get in here. You see that nice little swerve to that trunk early on that little maple. I love this rock. It's got some quartz and different gemstones throughout it. And then the other rock, it's almost like it's rust. So that's just a nice accent piece in there. And then we have my little Crape Myrtle that's being styled like it's a low-growing flowering bush, like an azalea or something like that. So let's go take a quick look at those baobabs I was just talking about. So my tomatoes are coming in. I just pruned that bad boy up, got a lot of the lower foliage out, and used some of the lower branches actually to create new plantings, because not all my tomatoes made it. So now I have some that'll grow in different seasons. I'll have some late season tomatoes. All right, so here is my specimen baobab. I recently pruned it up. You can check out a video on that. So you see it's starting to get a nice woody trunk, a nice little taper to it. I like the natural style of the canopy and the branch structure. Got a little unicorn in there. That was good luck. Gift from my daughter, and a few little gemstones. So that thing's well under its way to being a cool planting. And let's just go across the ranch here, not to disturb my bride at work. So she's in like tech comm and computers and data and stuff for a really large company. And with all the power lines and trees being down, she woke up to basically 40, 50 sites being down. So it's just been a crazy day for her. So this is the planting of my other three baobabs. I got this little meerkat family when we were at the Dresden Zoo and Botanical Garden. If you're in Germany, I highly recommend it. It was an incredible experience. That place was great. It had trees from all over the world and really unique animals to go along with them. And the best part was the animals looked happy and healthy, and they had lots of room. So it's hot here. I'm good and sweaty, so I'm going to go swimming. I hope you all are doing well out there. If you haven't liked and subscribed, hit that notification bell. Please do. There's plenty more to come from the ranch. All right. Take care, y'all. Thankfully moved all of my bonsai. Oh my gosh, look at the door poop in the chicken coop. So the wind is insane. I removed all my bonsai off the rail, luckily, and down onto the ground. I even had to bring some of the taller ones with a little canopy inside because they just can't stay upright. Holy cow, this thing is crazy.